we have the amazing entrepreneur, founder, and owner of Lucky Lotus, Chantel Jiroch.
Welcome.
Yes.
And what was natural to me was being more health conscious, more active, and I wanted to do that with my daughter. So we just started making juice videos.
I mean, you were putting the juice videos out on YouTube. Mm-hmm. The first time you realized you can make money, like how did that hit you? It was like, wait a second, I'm actually getting paid to do this? Like, what was that experience like?
Funny enough, it was Tia Mowry. Is it Tia? One of the twins. Okay. She was shooting the game in Atlanta at the time.
Okay.
She was looking for a juice cleanse, and it really, in 2012, there was not anything really happening in Atlanta holistically and in wellness. You couldn't find something good. So I don't know how we got connected, but I started juicing for her, and that's when it dawned on me, like, oh, this is actually a viable business. Mm-hmm. And there's a need for it.
Welcome to the Revup Fitness Podcast. The show for fitness professionals and fitness enthusiasts.
Hey, pay attention. Hey, for 39 seconds, I need your attention.
Go behind the scenes of the health and wellness industry with us. Starting your host, Fit with CJ, side hustle mentor, and the lovely Electric Fit.
It's my favorite podcast.
And the show starts right now.
Hello, Revup Fitness family. We are back with another amazing episode. Of course, I am Jamie, affectionately known as Electric, and I am here with CJ.
What's up, you guys? It's been a minute. This is your boy CJ. I am the co-owner and CEO of Revup Fitness, a digital marketing company for fitness professionals and health and wellness brands. And as you know, Fit with CJ is my name, but I'm not a personal trainer, but I'm your favorite personal trainer's favorite content creator and digital marketer. How about that, Jay?
Oh my gosh, you wear so many hats, right?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you all know that. Well, now, of course, I'm still a plant-based athlete, but I'm an entrepreneur of many things and creator and owner of Electric Fit. Of course, co-host of the Revup Fitness Podcast and wellness advocate. So,
Okay.
We just threw that in there, right?
Look. You heard her new chart track. You heard it? I heard it. I like it.
Yeah, we've been adding a little more content these days for the BTS for Electric Fit.
Oh, man, listen. So we have been away for a little bit, but we have been up to so much.
So much.
Like we've been traveling with Ebony Fit Weekend. And
yes.
How has this summer been for you, Jay?
Busy.
Fun. So, okay. Now, we have a big announcement because, there's something that happened. Somebody's been featured in something. So let's talk about that. What's happened since we've last been here?
Well, there's been a couple of features. I am super thankful that for the May-June issue of Strong Fitness magazine, I was featured on page 10 as their favorite moment. So I'm super excited about that.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That was huge. And man, I mean, just look at the blessings that have just come just this summer alone. I mean, you've been featured.
Yeah.
And then something happened to me as well.
Yes. You ready to tell us?
So you guys may or may not know about Entrepreneurial magazine. They have, I don't know how many, millions of followers on Instagram. Millions. It's a digital online magazine, Entrepreneur. And I have been selected as an industry leader to write, not just be a featured in, but to write, be a contributor for Entrepreneur magazine. So that's amazing to be, someone who can put those stories out for the fitness, health, and wellness industry in Entrepreneur. Super, super blessed and honored for that.
I know those vision boards have been coming to life, right?
Man, I mean, the vision board for us, I mean, in general, the first vacation, and then of course, Jamie has hosted that, and the vision board every year, we just put stuff out there, and it keeps them growing even beyond that, the things, the opportunities that come for us,
Now, what I did the other day? You're gonna be super proud. I've completed my vision board for 2022. In all 4 quarters.
Wow.
Absolutely completed. I'm like, let's get ahead of the game. Mm-hmm. Manifestation has been strong lately, so you got to keep riding the wave.
So, I showed you my vision board, I think, a couple of years ago, and you know how I like to use the pictures? Did you do the pictures with this?
I did take that from you. I did everything in Canva.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
So
shout out to Coco. She'll love that.
Yes, Coco, thank you so much. I have videos in there. I have all the logos of, things I would love, things that will come to fruition when the universe yields that time. And I am super, super thankful. And I mean, you know, got that inspiration from you. Took it from the paper to the screen.
I love it. I love it. And shout out to our boy Side Hustle Mentor. As you know, listen, he also has been, you know, selected to be a writer for Entrepreneurial magazine.
Right.
And he's got amazing stuff, and he's going to tell us about next episode as well. He's been going through, so I just can't wait to hear from him again.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. It's just been so much stuff going on. But over time, we'll catch you all up because we have an amazing guest today. Right, CJ?
Oh, yeah. Super, super excited. We've been waiting for this interview for a long time.
Yes. I mean, oh my gosh. You all are going to love it. I need you all to stop whatever you're doing now. Or, you know, go grab that last minute water, you know, popcorn, whatever the case, because we need you tapped all the way in.
Oh, yeah. Listen, I was going to say, I thought you were going to say get up and give a round of applause because we can do the round of applause here. But I'll let you go ahead and do the introduction.
So without further ado, we have the amazing entrepreneur, founder, and owner of Lucky Lotus, Chantel Jiroch.
Hi.
Welcome.
Yes.
Yay.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for wanting to be a part. You know, we definitely appreciate it. We've been talking about this since like February.
Oh, yeah. We've been working on this. It seems like forever. But, you know, we're all so busy. And I know you're so busy with so much going on. But so happy that you're here today.
Thank you.
And is this your first time being in the podcast studio?
It is. I'm like, this is nice.
Dope. So glad to have you here.
Yes. How you feel today?
Oh, man. I feel liberated.
Okay.
I'm in a really good place in my life. I've been doing the juice bar business for 10 years, and I decided to take a step back from retail. And I thought it was going to be a scary journey, but I'm like, I could breathe. I feel like a whole new opportunity awaits. So
awesome. Well, you know what? Give us a little background on you. How did you start? Were you always, juicing prior, or, you know, just how did everything start for you?
Yeah, I mean, crazy enough, I've never held a job down more than 3 months in my life.
Wow.
So in my 20s, I was just like in this discovery mode of let me go discover myself. So I moved out to LA. I never kept a job more than 3 months. I was waiting tables, bartending, doing the whole bit. So when I moved back home to Miami, I was living with my mom. After having my daughter Lotus, I was like 26. I had no idea what I was going to do with my life. I had no resume. I was in LA just like living my best life. So I just started doing what was natural to me because as a dancer, I grew up in the dance world. And what was natural to me was being more health conscious, more active. And I wanted to do that with my daughter. So we just started making juice videos. And she was maybe 1.5, 2 years old. So she couldn't even talk clearly. She had this like gibberish language. And we started doing that. And my audience grew on YouTube, which allowed people to start reaching out to me asking, hey, can you do that juice for me? Can you juice this? And I was like, oh, you can make money doing that? So a good friend of mine, he's like a restaurateur out here in Atlanta named Howard Sue, said, hey, you should open up a juice bar right next to my barbecue pit. And I was like, okay. And he told me that in March. And I was like, how may I help you by June or May? So it wasn't a real thought process. I was going to go to school for nutrition, but instead I was like, let me go and do school. Let life be school. And shoot, 10 years later, I'm like, I have a doctorate in it right now.
I love it. You know, experience is the best teacher. Like, I'm a hands-on learner. Yeah. So I can definitely understand. And wow, you were a dancer. I didn't know that, girl.
Yeah, my whole life. I went to Florida State and got my degree in performing arts.
Nice.
Yeah.
So first question, like that first time, you know, you were putting the juice videos out on YouTube, the first time you realized you can make money, like how did that hit you? It was like, wait a second, I'm actually getting paid to do this? Like what was that experience like?
Funny enough, it was Tia Mowry. Is it Tia? One of the twins.
Okay.
She was shooting The Game in Atlanta at the time.
Okay.
She was looking for a juice cleanse. And it really, in 2012, there was not anything really happening in Atlanta holistically and in wellness. You can't find something good. So I don't know how we got connected, but I started juicing for her. And that's when it dawned on me like, oh, this is actually a viable business, and there's a need for it. So I opened up a little space. It's over there by Grady Hospital, and I opened up, it's like an incubator space, and it taught me everything and just prepared me for so much. But I was so grateful for the opportunity. It was just the best experience. And then I finally found that thing that you're like, I actually love this, and it's actually fun, and it doesn't feel like work. I've never had that thing. You know, when people are like, oh, what are you doing? You're just like, I've always been good at a lot of things, never great at one thing. And I always admired people who are great at one thing. And I feel like that allowed me to be great at one thing.
And it didn't really feel like work to you, did it? Right? It was just, you were so passionate about it.
Man, I was meeting so many people. The best day when I started the juice bar the first year, it was my birthday, and I looked up and I saw a line going down the aisle, and they were like, oh, it's your birthday. What are you doing for your birthday? And I was like, this is what I'm doing. Like, do you understand how far I've come from being like some bartending waitress, not knowing what clear direction I wanted for myself, to now look up and see that I had a platform that I could teach my kids. Well, I have 2 now, but that I could be the role model that I wanted for her to see as a woman. And it was just a real full circle moment for me.
Amazing. Oh my gosh. But you know what? Your bartending and servicing, definitely probably some of that stuff started to come back.
100%.
Yeah.
Because now with like my team, I hate calling them employees, but my team, I understand their process. It's more of like a collaborative effort. I never treat anybody that works with me as they work for me. It's like we are working together, because without them, it ain't no me. So, and I've learned that because of all the years of customer service experience that I've had. It's crazy.
Absolutely. You were unconsciously being prepped for your moment.
Tell it.
Okay.
So with juicing, like when you started the juicing videos, how did you even get into juicing to begin with? Like, what triggered you to say, you know what, juice is my thing? Or was it something you grew up with, or?
I just wanted to do something healthy with my child. I wanted her to not have a lot of processed foods. We would garden in the back. It just was a natural progression.
By the way, I got a shout out. Listen, I've been to your shop plenty of times. The one that was at Ponce City Market.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, I mean, every time we go there, me and Jamie would send pictures. And anytime she see me post it, she's like, yes, you win. You know, like she gets so excited. But I love it. And
Thank you.
the recipes you come up with, like, how do you come up with those?
Yes.
Lotus. So I named my second juice bar after my daughter Lotus. So it's called Lucky Lotus, because it was the way I got started. So it just made sense. But in my house, I do recipe tasting. So if I make something at home and she likes it, and now my 5-year-old son, if he likes it, because he's a hot mess, then I go with it. And I kind of dig deeper into like how the health benefits would be, how the taste, and they're my base mark.
Yeah, shout out to the little man, because I was watching one of your YouTube clips earlier, and it was like, he was like, oh, this is nasty. You're like, no, it's not. You're like, no, it's not.
He'll tell it.
He's the cutest, though.
Can't.
Oh my gosh. But you know, it's super cool to get kids on board early, and the fact that you found a way to get them into healthy stuff unconsciously.
Yeah.
Like, and it's a part of them.
She's actually better than I am. Like, she doesn't eat sweets. Halloween comes around, she'll do the things, but the candy goes in the trash can because she just doesn't want it. And but yeah, you got to start them early.
Oh wow.
For sure. And when it came to opening the shop at Ponce City Market, like, talk to us about that. Like, that was a big thing.
Yeah, it was a big deal for me because I was the first black female retail in there.
Congratulations.
Yes.
And, which was, I mean, it's sad to say. Now they've woken up and they're like, no, we need some more black business in here. But I was literally the only one in there.
And what year was that?
2015. And you're like, so there was kind of like a sense of pressure to make sure I did it okay, and I wasn't like, oh, see, that's why we don't have black business.
Yes.
But it worked out, and it elevated me business-wise.
Yeah.
The way that you have to operate in there was like an airport, because it was ready, set, go every day. We worked 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, 363 days a year. You did not get off. So the level of like mental preparation you need to keep up with that kind of schedule, was intense. And so 6 years later, that's why I kind of was like, all right, I can't do this anymore. I need a break, a mental pause.
Now, I will say, when Ponce City Market was new, I like new stuff, so I like to venture. So I just stumbled upon your juice bar, and that's when I met Isaiah. Yes, and he got so used to me, he knew either I was going to get the acai bowl or the kale quencher.
Oh, I love it. He's
Every
still with me,
single
you know.
time. I know. I talked to him the last day I did go visit.
You did? I wasn't there.
Yes, I did. He told me you left earlier before I got there, so I did miss you. But he told me his title. I said, okay.
Oh no, he's like that's my buddy right there.
He's amazing, like from the beginning. But you know, I was really sold on him. I was like, he's so nice, and I was like, and then everything is so good. And I just come up and he remembers. And I used to be a bartender as well, so when you remember names and people, they want to come back because they feel connected. And so he definitely did an amazing job there. I have to say that.
Yeah, it's hard to find that kind of help.
Absolutely.
Speak to that for a little bit, like to find, like you said, a family, a team that, you know, can represent your brand at all times, and the importance of that, like you said, being a Black female owner in Ponce City Market, and the pressure that comes with that, the customer service experience, what everyone takes away from your brand.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
I mean, it's tough. I think with 2020 happening and the lack of being able to find employees made it even more difficult because it was already hard, because this business, the industry, restaurant business, is not something that's a career. It's a high turnover. So you're expected of that. So to have somebody that would stay with me and would like believe in what I'm doing, man, it's special to me to even, you know, I'm very grateful. But I always treat people as if they're on my team. We're together in this, and I think that's important because a lot of people go into this business and they're just like machines. They're robots. Do what I say. Your voice has no value, but they're really the ones working it, so they have all the value and all the information to come back to make your business better. And I think I love that about being, you know, in this position.
Absolutely. How did you find Isaiah?
I think he just applied. I don't even know so long.
Okay. I mean, you know, it's definitely a cool thing, you know, when you have that type of synergy.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think people want to feel valued.
True.
Yes, for sure.
True.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We have like a super tight team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Super tight team, and so inspirational. And we always know we everyone always is in it for the right reason. Like we all trust each other. We all, you know, when you have that bond, it's always gonna, you know, always shine through everything. And like with even when you're not there, you know,
It's gonna get done.
It's gonna be done in the quality, the same way you would do it, the same amount of love you would give to every customer is always there.
Yeah, I mean, you hope. It's not always going to be, but you hope. I mean, let's get even deeper. I feel like this whole artificial intelligence thing that's happening, it's really because people aren't wanting to work, is leaving this really big gap for big corporations to bring in some AI machines. I've seen machines that make smoothies. I've seen these things. They're making pizza. I think Domino's is coming out with a AI that makes pizza. So it's like we're losing that because they want to make profit. But then you're like, people don't want to do this work because they don't feel valued. They're underpaid and not treated well. So it's like, where's the balance?
Well,
Yeah, that's a good point.
No, but you know, I get, you know, corporations want to be more efficient, less overhead and so forth. But when you take the personification out of things, I think the quality of things eventually go down. You know, energy, human interaction.
Human connection is lost.
Yeah, it's interesting because like if you go to, you know, the Walmart now, like people will literally stand in line longer for the live person than to go into the short line to check themselves out. And I noticed that over time. I'm like, people they want that personal connection. They still want that customer service interaction, you know?
Yeah, I'm always like, I don't work here. Why are you making me do this? Every time I go into Kroger's, I'm like, self-checkout is the longest, most headache process.
It took me so long to finally get on the self-checkout wave because I was like, that's somebody's job.
It is.
Right.
I mean, it really took me a while to like adapt, but like if I see it clear, then, you know, I'll just go and run through it. But I do appreciate good service from, you know, another person, obviously. So.
Yeah,
it's interesting how you brought that up. Like through the pandemic, a lot of people, like you said, don't want to work, but it's not just because of the pandemic. It just highlighted it, you know, a little bit, you know, but for the longest, a lot of people were undervalued, felt underpaid. They felt all that stuff. So now it's like the workforce is hard to get good people. It just is.
It is what it is.
And so talk to us about what recently happened with the location at Pond City Market.
Yeah, so I closed my doors 2 weeks ago after 6 years. And like I said, we were working constantly nonstop. And it's mentally, it's a lot. And so with 2020 happening, I think it made you reevaluate your life. Like, what is really going to make me get up in the morning? And I found myself not wanting to, like, go there. I found myself dreading walking in the building. Mm-hmm. And once I felt that, I was like, okay, I'm not doing my team any value by my energy dropping in this. So once my excitement for it kind of diminished, you see your team kind of is like, okay, you want me to hold this ship up? I'm like, so I just had to really look at myself and say, what is it that I want to get into? So I just decided my lease was up, and it wasn't worth renewing, and like I got my life back, and I still have my business. We still have Lucky Lotus. We're going to transition into an online platform. We're going to do a ready to blend smoothie packets, which has really been a fun process, you know, curating those flavors, and we're going to see where that goes.
Congrats. So
I definitely can see that.
Yeah, that's going to be super exciting. So the ready to blend kits, is that like, is it coming to you like frozen, or is it in like a dry cooler? How does that work? Yeah,
it'll be shipped. It'll be shipped frozen. All the customer has to do is tear it open, pour it in the blender with some liquid, and blend it up. So it makes a lot of the work, takes that away. Convenience, it's easy, grab and go. I also am launching a wholesale account so that if other cafe shops or gyms want to sell my smoothies, they could wholesale the smoothie, and it's easily teachable to their staff to just kind of pop the top and blend it up.
I'm excited for that because all I need is almond milk. That's all I need is my almond milk.
Favorite.
Yeah. So
awesome. You're the first in line?
Oh, yeah, I'm first in line. You already know. Like, for me, you talked about how easy it is for the customer, and it is going to be because, like, first of all, I don't want to buy, like, 6 different things for, you know, one smoothie, and then tomorrow 6 different things, and it's expensive. It's so quick to turn around. Things go bad so quick. You don't have to think about it. I could just order from Lucky Lotus.
And it'll be a wide variety. Like, I have a sweet potato pie smoothie, something like a Sour Patch Kid smoothie. So it's going to be like good flavors. We'll interchange them. It's gonna be nice.
Nice, you know, because what Purple Carrot and Hello Fresh, how all that took off. So so you're in a different lane, and I can definitely see that being like, you know.
Oh yeah, I can see it. And so with the online, is it going to be nationwide access?
We'll start local, and then you kind of grow out. Like I said, it's just me, and I'm figuring out. Coming from 10 years of retail, it's a different world in online. So I'm just going to take my time. I'm not going to feel the pressure like I did before. I felt like I had to prove something to myself or to people with my retail. I felt like I needed to like show them I do have a career. I do have a thing. And now I don't have that pressure. I'm like, I don't care what y'all think.
Right. That's a good place to be, actually.
Man, it's good.
Oh yeah, super, super good. I mean, so with the online process, have you kind of like already planned out a certain date that's going to launch, or where are we looking at?
We're looking at New Year's resolution time. So, you know, we'll start coming out December and then kick it up for New Year's resolutions.
Okay. And then the juice truck.
Yeah.
Oh, tell us about that.
Oh, yeah.
So I purchased a juice truck. I don't know when that's coming out because I realized that juice truck is just another hustle like the retail.
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I want to give my life to that just yet, but it's there. And it might be brought out for events, you know, do something. The pressure is off this year. I'm like,
I like
y'all not about to stress me.
But no, but I love the fact that you know have that freedom to do that as an entrepreneur, right?
I'm grateful for that. And it took 10 years to get to a place of like clarity and financial comfort.
And go ahead, Jay.
No, it's just what's resonating with me right now. She said the pressure is off.
Yes.
Like that's still in my head. We need to normalize that statement.
Normalize it.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I like it. Like you said, you took that pressure off yourself, and now like you don't want to be part of that grind. Talk about that too, like how that can wear on you and just the people around you as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh man, I know so many people are in that position. So a lot of the time you have to grind it out because you got a family to feed, and you eat what you kill. But I think a lot of us too don't want to like let go of some of the luxuries that would give us the freedom to live an easier, simpler life. You know what I mean? We could always downsize some things and not have to work that 50 hours a week.
But we don't want to.
That's a personal choice. So we have to just say, okay, well, you're going to stay unhappy in your situation.
There's this saying that a lot of people say, there's the 9 to 5, which people don't want, but everybody says, oh, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be an entrepreneur. But they don't realize that's 24/7.
Oh, you get paid zero. You get paid last.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's nothing guaranteed. That pressure of like, if you don't work, you don't get paid.
You eat what
Very
you kill.
true. Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's a certain mindset. I have an older sister. She's corporate to the core, and she's good at it. She's a beast at it.
Nice.
You couldn't put me in an office, and I wouldn't do well in that environment. I think I do well in a discovery place. Like, let me put the pieces together. So I think my mind was ready to be an entrepreneur. So it's definitely a different mindset.
Talk about the customer base, because like in the Black community, we definitely need to focus more on health and wellness.
Very true.
And like, being honestly, I would say one of the faces here in Atlanta from bringing that, the positive energy to the health and wellness space. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's a personal journey. When I first started this business, I wasn't plant-based, and I would eat meat and burgers, in the beginning. I was like, this feels off. Why am I not in alignment with what I'm telling people to do? So that's when I started to really have to check my lifestyle, where I want to be in order to give somebody this information. And so I'm very authentic in what I am doing. I'm very transparent with the things that I sell, the things that I say, the things that I'm promoting. It's because I also live it. It's not just something that I'm reading about and want you to. It's not for the gram. It's like
I love it. I love it.
Oh, I know you love it. She is excited about that.
I know, right?
Yeah, like now I'm getting really into fasting, and I wish more people really talked about fasting.
Yeah.
Because we're clearly overeating, and it's a part of our culture to have meals every day, all day. Like 3 meals a day is a standard, and your body needs a moment.
It does. It does. Our body goes through different cycles, and if we're not honoring that or allowing our organs to, have their break so they can work for us like they need to. But just in general, like, your body needs to regenerate.
Every day.
Every single day. But, it's going to work for us because, that's just what it does. But we have to give more honor to our temple.
Have to. We're almost getting so out of touch with what our body's saying because we have processed foods in our diet, so much so that it's rare to find whole foods, and it's expensive to find whole foods. So our bodies are seeing us process some of this processed food and not understanding how to break it down. So we just store it, and we're like, okay, I don't know what this is. And that's getting compounded every day with meals on top of meals on top of meals that we don't know how to process it. So we have illnesses are coming up left and right. And I feel like fasting, the more I read about it, is just a way to heal the body. And it's okay to be, that feeling of hunger pain is not, you're not going to die. It's your body addicted to a lot of the sugars and salts. And fasting allows your body to kind of say, okay, let's work this out.
Yeah.
Give me a minute. I'm going to figure this out, and I'm going to cleanse. And we're not doing enough of that. We're not talking enough about it.
Absolutely.
I'm glad you said that, because whenever I have gone through juice phases in the past, and I'll even tell Jamie, I was like, I got a headache. She's like, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's normal. Like,
allow
you get through it. Hey, I didn't understand my body was healing itself, and I learned that from her,
Oh, yeah. Like, well, my plant-based journey has been like 6 years, like full on. I did grow up on a farm with my grandparents.
Nice.
So yeah, getting the fresh foods in the backyard was super cool. But went through the meat stage or whatever. But getting back to plant-based and like some weekends, depending on how my schedule is, I do intermittent fasting. I'll just do like straight juice and lime water when I get up. Yeah.
So you won't eat one meal at all?
If I do, it's raw. It has to be raw.
See, you getting it in.
Yeah, and I mean, the feeling is amazing. I mean, of course, I love to eat, so I feel hungry. But once I do it and then really get back in the groove of things, I feel that boost of energy. Yes.
I didn't realize fasting gave you that much energy. It's like a high, where you feel so like you could do anything.
Because you're gaining the control back.
That and a lot of food that we consume, even like a lot of it is what the words I'm trying to say, it creates the brain fog. Our thought process, our energy is off. So everything is full circle, and when you start to feel like you were saying, the headaches, always tired, or even grumpy around people, it's time to reset.
The itis is not you having to go to sleep. No, that's your body like hibernating because it has to break this. It has to go to work, and it doesn't have energy to give to you right now.
It's like the computer going to sleep, right? Sleep well. Yeah.
So
definitely.
Yeah, no, it's deep.
How often do you fast? How often do you try to go through it?
So right now I'm on like a smoothie in the day, and then I'll have a meal, like a salad or a raw meal or a plant-based or something, and then I'll probably that'll be it for the day. But I want to get to just liquid at least once a week, just liquid once a week, so that I could just reset. And I actually feel better when I'm not eating hot food, when I'm not consuming greasy stuff.
True.
But it's hard. Don't let me fool you and act like I'm over here just Buddha with it. It's hard. And I haven't let go of my addiction to food because I feel like I need to oh my God, I haven't eaten anything. So I do understand the struggle, and I want to get to conquer that.
And you're going to help the community by giving us our smoothies. We can just throw in our blender wherever we go, boom, and you're helping us through that as well. So
absolutely.
Super important. Talk about some of the biggest challenges you faced as a business owner here in Atlanta. Like, I mean, because everybody runs through their challenges at certain points, but what's like the one thing that, when I say challenge, sticks out in your mind?
Well, let me say this. Atlanta is one of the cities that shows love to people wanting to start their own business. I've lived in LA and Miami, and
it's different, huh?
They do not care. But Atlanta really showed me support, and so I thank Atlanta for that. But the most difficult thing I found, I think it's more with me. It's more with my ability to manage, to be a person of managing others. I've had the hardest time because I want to be the friend. I want to be like, oh, we're all on the same team. So while I say I love to make sure everybody feels like they're on the same team, I've had trouble having them look at me as an authority. Can you say authority?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's like, you want to, give instruction. You want people to follow that. Yeah. But when you're super close and super friendly, you feel like at the same time, they might not take heed to the. I know what you're saying.
You almost have to have an iron fist in this in business.
I struggle with that.
Most women do, because we're nurturers by nature, and I'm always going to be that. And I always say, man, I can't be that girl that's that's mean. I don't want to, but people respect authority in a sense where it's strong and you know where you stand on things.
So even anyone who's a business owner and you have people work for you, there's tough conversations you have to have.
Oh, I hate those.
The first time I was a manager for a business, and I was a general manager for Krispy Kreme. I don't know if you remember that. I used to be a general manager for Krispy Kreme in Michigan.
Okay.
Before I moved to Atlanta.
Okay.
The first time I actually had to have a conversation with someone and say, first of all, like you said, I'm super friendly. I know everybody. You work with them every day. You treat them, like your friends at the same time, but they work with you. But I had to sit somebody down in the office, and I knew we were letting them go.
Yeah.
That was the hardest thing to do, because I knew that the family came in. Their family, the kids would come in. You would see them.
Oh, okay.
So the thing is, in my head, I would be like, how am I about to tell this person this? It was the hardest thing I could do. So imagine this being an entrepreneur or someone who makes all those decisions every single time. Yeah. That's tough.
It was tough.
Absolutely.
I think it would be easier if you were like, well, Mr. Krispy Kreme said, and I just didn't tell you. He said, but when you're the owner of it, it's like, it's got to be, I said it.
Oh, yeah, exactly. It always comes, like you said, a manager could say it, but it still comes from you. Yeah. It always goes back to the owner at the top.
Yeah, that it sucks.
Yeah.
Lack of better word to say. I mean, it does. I had a different experience with an opportunity, of course, as an entrepreneur, but still working with others. I like to welcome people in because I like to feel like, I mean, you maybe not be my best friend, but I want you to feel like I could be a friend. But I shouldn't have never put the friendship before the business first. And that allowed the other side to actually take that kindness for a weakness and kind of maneuver a different way. And I was just like, you know what, I would never do that. And I just felt like, I was like, who does this? But, you know, I struggle with that. But I am starting to do better with implementing boundaries. I still struggle with it a little bit because you want people to, you know, operate similar to you. But, I mean, that's just not realistic.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to give you what my therapist said. Normalized therapy, by the way, because I have about 3 times a month. She was like, you could say anything you want from a place of compassion. Yeah. You could tell somebody really hard things if you're coming from a place of compassion. And I had to sit and think about that, because I think when you get into a place where you want to tell somebody something, or you feel emotion behind something, you want to just say it from a place of like emotion and it's triggering and it comes out offensive. But when you say it from a place of compassion, nobody can really be mad at you for that.
Yes.
It's true. Maybe I need to readdress that. Hey, let me lead with love right now.
Yeah, nah, that's real.
You know, you slipped something in there. You said normalized therapy. I had to come back to that because, you know, with mental health and just everything. Talk about that. Like, how long have you been going to those sessions?
I think this year. I started this year because it wasn't something that we talked about. And then when I tell people, like, you know, I have a good therapist, you should try him. I don't need therapy. I'm good. I don't have nothing wrong. And it's not about that. I go to my therapist just because sometimes my head and my heart don't connect and I can't understand what it is I'm trying to say, or I don't really believe what I'm trying to say. So I may need a non-biased viewpoint. That's not my friend. That's not the girl that's going to be like, girl, whatever you want, whatever you like, I love. I needed that outside perspective to really guide me from a pure place. And it's almost been the best thing I've done, because it helped me self-realize where I was operating from a place of fear, or if I was operating from a place of love, or, you know, and now I'm just so much clearer on who I am. And I think that probably has contributed to me closing my shop, honestly, because I'm so much more self-realized that I'm like, wait, I was proving something, and I don't need to do that anymore.
I love it.
Yes, deep.
That's a part of your self-care.
Absolutely. Like getting a facial.
Oh, yeah.
Where's my girl? I need my therapist.
No, I love it. I definitely believe in therapy. Like, seriously. I mean, I've had a therapist before, so I definitely believe in therapy.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's been some years, but not recently, but I have done it, but definitely something I'm looking forward to getting back into.
Men too.
Oh, yeah, super important. And just in general, like, it's always been important, but maybe never as important as it is now. The stuff we've been through the last few years, we all have so much weight on us, so much like you said, just to talk to someone with a non-biased opinion, someone just totally separate outside your family, your friends, like it's super, super impactful.
Yeah, and you know, we can have people that genuinely love us, but sometimes it's better to go outside of the circle.
Yeah,
you know, and just vent. And
you may spill out some things that you wouldn't even to your own family and friends.
Because sometimes you don't want your friends to see that vulnerable side.
True. Or, you know, you can also overwhelm your friends if it's that go-to person.
That too. I was going through some stuff. I don't even remember what it was anymore, but I was going through some stuff and I felt like I needed to reach out to somebody. Yeah. And I was like going to call my friend, and I'm like, why do I want to give her my baggage? Right. I don't want, so that's really what made me think like, no, let me go find a therapist.
I'm like that too. I'll just go for my walks and try to process.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's a fine line, though, because sometimes, some days I'm like, Jamie, you should really probably have a conversation somewhere. But, you know, balance is so important to me because I would like someone to think of me before they start letting off, you know, because I may not have had the best day. Or I may have something that you are unaware of, but you see the smile all the time. So you think, oh, Jamie's good. Let me just tell her this. I may not be in a space to handle that, you know.
Right.
You know, so I wanted to ask this question because, you know, like, what are some of the most, I guess, your favorite collaborations that you have done with Lucky Lotus, with other businesses or with just other people here in the city, or even outside of the city?
I bet I know one.
Girl, you already know. Oh man, no. So we met through Pretty Girl Sweat.
Yes.
Yeah. So my girl Aisha Branch, she runs Pretty Girl Sweat, and we collaborate on things. And she does. Correct me. It's slipping my mind. Her platform, childhood obesity.
Making fit. Huh?
She does childhood. She wants to combat childhood obesity. Absolutely. So it was very much in line with me wanting to really get kids more health and more healthy. And so it was just a great partnership. But we share so many similarities. We're both Jamaican, have Jamaican mothers that are so similar, and like so we share so many stories. We've been in business for 10 years. Like,
nice.
It's just been one of those sisterhoods that I appreciate, and you got to keep that around.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, I talk about her all the time.
Oh, yeah, you definitely do. Jay talks about her all the time, for sure.
Yeah.
She is amazing, and she brings so many people together.
Yes.
Because I never knew the face of Lucky Lotus until, what was that, 2020? Oh, the online.
2018. Oh, no, the 2018 one?
No.
The in-person one?
No, I saw your face for the first time when she went digital during the pandemic, 2020, when you made the acai bowls.
Oh, and then I met you at the cafe. Yep.
Yeah, and so, and then I started reaching out after that. I was like, oh my gosh, because for the longest time, I started to slowly believe, I'm like, maybe this is Isaiah's like whole thing.
Oh.
I'm not going to ask him, you know, like maybe he's like the manager and everything.
Oh, shoot, that's funny.
And when I saw it was woman owned, I was like, okay, I got excited about that.
Yeah.
And then your personality shined through your whole segment.
Oh, thank you.
So I was like, you know what? I'm going to meet her. I've been patronizing this place since, Punt City Market opened.
Funny. I didn't even ask you that. We didn't put that together.
Yeah. So I just felt like it was a full circle moment. I was like, hey, Lucky Lotus. Wait, hold up. So
that's funny. Yeah. So I love doing things with Pretty Girl Sweat, but I also like to get involved with kid organizations because I feel like that's where I started. That's really what I'm going to put more focus into it.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Yeah. I love it. You know, when you start things as a child, they grow up in you, so those habits are totally different.
It is, and it's harder to change a grown-up's habits.
True.
But
no, that's true. Start them young.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
I love that. So what are your favorite workouts? I want to know that.
Yes.
Like, what are you, because I think I saw you do a little yoga on your page. I saw that. But is that your go-to, or what's your favorite thing to do?
I'm low impact. Man, I can't sit here and act like I like working out all the time.
It's okay.
I'm more of a class person. I need
group classes.
Yeah, either that or I have to start and go to a destination. Like, I have to be in a class that I can't leave. Mm-hmm. Or I have to do like a walk that's 3 miles, and I have,
Yeah, 5K with a big group.
Yeah, sitting on a treadmill, never going to happen. Going into the gym by myself and working out is very difficult for me. So I just like more interactive workouts.
So are you going to go to the back of the class, or you going to the front row?
No, I'll go to the front.
Okay.
I'll go to the front, but I need to be in a class.
You're doing better than me and Jay. We used to be in the back of the class for the longest.
Not anymore, though.
No. We used to be in the back. That's how we were totally. You could not get us to go to the front. And then Alana, our first class instructor, she pulled us to the front. Now now by default we got to go in the front.
And now we are always on the front row, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to know how you guys get to the place of addiction with it. Like, you really just love.
Well, I mean, for me, I guess from coming out the womb, like I've always was that kid jumping around the house, jumping off the furniture, a new hobby every other week. Like, Mama, I want to do this, do that. And then she started me in extracurriculars very young. I did gymnastics, And then I danced. That was her idea. She was like, if you do this, then I want this. It went into cheerleading, track, like so many different things. And I just never saw myself inactive. So that was it for me. Even now, if I go too long without going to the gym, I feel some type of way.
And for me, the addiction comes from just like you. I like group classes.
Yeah.
Like group classes is where me and Jay even connected the most, right? It was like, and we would literally be in there 3, 4, or 5 days a week because of the spin class, cycle class. We would do double classes back to back, and it's just that community feeling of, okay, we're gonna go through this together. I might have no energy, but being next to her, she's gonna pull me through.
That's true.
Even though no matter where I'm in the classroom, I can find somebody to kind of pull me through. But even like you said in the 5K, like I just did one last week, I'm doing one tomorrow morning. If I'm running and I'm out of breath, which I will get out of breath, I'm not the best runner, but I'm going to see somebody probably a little bit older than me go past me. I'm like, oh, heck no. Like, I'm not going to let you get past me. So it's just that competition and adrenaline, just being around other people. You'll run faster. You'll do more.
Yeah.
That's just where I get from it.
Same. I agree.
Man, so I guess before we start to wrap up, tell us some of the fun things you do, the things you do for fun. Like, what do you do? Because, like you said, you were working so hard all the time, and you just felt overwhelmed. But now, what do you do to kind of relax?
Oh man! So when I closed my doors October 3rd, I was like, I'm just gonna do art. I'm not gonna do anything. Nobody bothered me. I'm just gonna do art. I'm a creator. I realized that about me. I'm always gonna make something out of nothing. I really love turning like trash into something beautiful. Or
so painting or drawing?
No, like just, man, it could be anything. So I changed my rooms in my house. I'm doing this like huge wall mural installation with thumbtacks and string.
Nice.
And it says life is beautiful, but it's like it's going to be a 3D installation. So I just like to sit in my own head doing like artsy fartsy art stuff.
You are a true creator.
I am. I'm a creative.
I think I saw, was it you and Lotus painting a wall for Lucky Lotus, like the second location?
Yep. Oh yeah, I did the outside mural for that. I think that's what my happy place is. And so if I wasn't doing the juicing thing, I think my second venture is going to be like creating art spaces, creating beautiful spaces inside, not interior decorating, because that's not, but I mean like creating and curating space.
All of it makes perfect sense to me, from dancing to bartending to doing your juice bar. It's all connected.
It is. Yeah. Even though you don't think like, what the heck, I wasted 10 years of my life. No. I actually gained so much from all that I've been through.
Yeah, you went through your phases.
Oh yeah.
I love it. Right?
Yeah, it's dope.
Oh my gosh, the self-expression. Dancing is self-expression.
It is.
Yeah.
A nonverbal self-expression. Verbally, I'm like getting, I force myself to do these things because I'm not a public speaker in the least.
Oh, well, we appreciate you even doing this then. I mean, so we have the exclusive. We got the exclusive.
But she flowed effortlessly.
Oh, yeah, right? I mean, and that's the thing. We just like having conversations like this and just, and it's so insightful and inspiring to everyone that's going to listen to this, to hear your story, to hear your journey. Super, super impactful.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
And so, listen, I know that Jamie wants to shout out someone.
Oh,
absolutely. You want to shout out someone real quick?
So we're super thankful, and shout out to our sponsor, Tika Fire. You got to have it on. Tika Fire is a topical sweat enhancement for any part of your body, really. You can put it on your stomach, you can put it on your arms, whatever part that you're targeting. It also helps with aches and pains as well. So definitely, if you have not, visit Tika Fire on Instagram or go to their website and use code ELECTRIC for a discount.
Yes. And I got to shout out Mizuno. You already know Mizuno Running USA. Check out these kicks, Jay. So these are the Project Zero sneakers, Wave Rider 25. They have the pink in it. This is the men's edition, but it's for breast cancer awareness. They teamed up with Fleet Feet here in Atlanta, where they're going to be sending a portion of it to breast cancer awareness. And so definitely shout out to them for that. Appreciate it as always. But listen, it's been super, super amazing. Like, is there any last words you want to leave for our listeners? Any inspiration? Anything you just want to drop? Any last gems you want to drop for them?
Ooh.
I know, no pressure, no pressure.
I know, right?
Just a little bit.
We just talked about no pressure this year. Man, I just feel like life is too short. We're really here to evolve ourselves personally, you know, test our ability physically, strengthen our minds mentally, and allow life to just be that journey to really grow in those ways and not take yourself so seriously.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And she's gonna let us know when the juice truck is coming out first, so we'll know first.
No pressure.
Yes,
No pressure. Even if it's later, it's okay. No pressure. But whenever it is, we're here for it. We're definitely going to support you.
Oh, and let everyone know where to find you.
Yeah, catch me on TikTok. I'm gonna go hard again on TikTok.
Okay.
I like it. I like it.
It's Chantel Jiroch. And it's just my name on any platform that I have: YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram.
Okay, yeah, definitely. So when you do your next TikTok, I'm gonna duet it. We're gonna make some stuff. We gotta do some duet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we do, right?
We gotta do it.
I guess I'll do one this time.
Yes.
I run away from TikTok.
She does. We're gonna get her. We're gonna get her on there.
Man, TikTok is so fire. I love it.
Oh yes. She's been viral multiple times. She was telling us. Make sure you guys connect with her for sure.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We'll see you guys next time.
All right. Bye.